greatest player of all times has announced that she's retiring after this year's US Open. Serena Williams yesterday announced that very, very likely, New York will be her last tournament. And whereas we kind of had, of course, time to get used to that fact, I'm still not in shock, I don't want to say, but it's still mind-blowing for me to hear in 2022 that now is the time that Serena Williams is retiring. And here's why. In 1994, I had just gotten to the level that I qualified directly for the Toronto tournament, which is happening right now, the level 1000. And there was a certain Venus Williams starting to absolutely kill it. And there was another girl traveling with her. And the hype was bigger about that girl who was not even eligible to compete on the WTA Tour. And that, of course, was Serena. And the hype was that everybody said Venus's little sister will be even better. And that was really a scary prospect. So yes, I did actually go to one of their practices, and it didn't take, a tennis expert to be able to say that, yes, this will be an incredible player. How incredible, though, how amazing that player would be, I think even then it could have not been in anybody's imagination. So 23 Grand Slam titles later, and this is singles only, I believe. She also won 14 doubles majors. I would have to look that up. But for sure, 4 gold medals, probably thrown in a bunch of Fed Cup wins, Billie Jean King Cup wins, and some mixed Grand Slams also, just, as the garnish. Her career has spanned parts of mine and all of my retirement. And I've been retired for 22 years. So let that sink in. To be at the level that she played, winning her first title in 1997, to still competing at the level that she does, even after having taken a year off, basically forced by injury, I don't even know how to say that. It's absolutely incredible. And it's not just the tennis that is absolutely amazing. That makes her the GOAT. Boom. On both female, male. Don't care. Sorry, Djokovic, Federer, Nadal. You don't have the number of titles, number one. And you also did not have to overcome as much as that woman. Growing up in Compton, California, being the first Black woman to do everything in tennis, pretty much, of course. Althea Gibson was a groundbreaker. You can't not even begin to understand that, I think. I can't. But what we see is that there is a human being still competing at the highest level, and the next generation that was inspired by her is now also competing at that level. And Corey Goff says it. It is because of Serena that I'm here. And that is just mind-blowing. And of course, tennis is not enough for Serena Williams. She's excelling in one area, and of course she could have just said, like, you know what, I'm done. I'm just doing tennis. No, she's also an incredibly savvy, successful businesswoman. And what I love most about her is also that she basically goes, I'm Serena. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And whether I'm going to, present at the Oscars or at the Met Gala, whereas a lot of males would have gone unnoticed. But of course, people then immediately jumped on. It's like, she's done with tennis. You know what? She's doing it all. And why not? If you can, go ahead. And if you ever doubt that you can do what you dream of doing, look at Serena Williams. And if that's not enough, tennis, business, she's also a mom. And she played at the highest level of tennis that you can play at pregnant, winning the 2017 Australian Open, 20 weeks pregnant, but also now being a full-time mom. And I think that is something that is even more unbelievable. I'm speaking to all the moms out there. I mean, you know how hard it is to raise a kid. Do that while you're in the limelight. Do that while you're traveling the globe. Do that while you're running, a business. That's incredible. So I do completely agree with Serena when she says, I'm evolving away from tennis, because she's still super young for whatever else she wants to do in her life. So seeing her retiring is, I want to almost say the last anchor that I had to my own career, which is kind of weird, little selfish thought. But yeah, she was there every time I played somewhere. Of course, she won everything, every single tournament that I played at. And she played, either her or her sister, pretty much. At least that's what it felt like. But then everything that I've done since, coaching, you could point out Serena Williams with almost everything, be it her athleticism, her determination, her mental toughness, her, just sheer will to compete at the highest level, even through injuries, through all kinds of ups and downs. She is always the person that I went to pointing her out, because I could still relate to a, player that was still playing when I was out there. So that's coming to an end, but I'm still very, very grateful that I was able to experience that we all were able to experience that. And now I'm excited to see what's next for the next version of Serena Williams.